Oh, my special guest today is Hardeep Singh Kohli, and thank you for coming in to see us.
It's always nice to come to Forth, the home of quality radio. That's what you want me to say, isn't it? That's what I said on the press release.
That was especially for the camera. Did they give you a script when you came in, Hardeep? Was that it?
No, just as a listener and a lover of the wireless, Gina.
Well, I am delighted to be here because, of course, we're bang in the middle of the Edinburgh Festival. And tell me how it's going for you.
It's it's kind of weird, if I'm honest, because the last couple of years I lived in Edinburgh. I lived just around the corner from the studio here. And so it was like just going to work normally from the house. Then while all the people from England are out raving till 4 a.m, I was at home doing the laundry and listening to Radio 4 and making pasta-based meals. And this year I moved back to Glasgow and I'm staying with a pal in Merkston, which is even weirder because Merkston's awfully posh and it's not my kind of part of Edinburgh, really, to be honest with you.
How posh? Tell me how posh.
For me, Gina, sex isn't something you carry the coal in.
This could go dangerously wrong.
No, it's on the right track, but I'm getting as much coal as I am getting sex. So, no, it's lovely. And also, I mean, you can't avoid, there is a weirdness, because just statistically, because I'm an old fella and I've been doing it for a while.
You're not that old.
I'm not vintage, apparently. I have a big sales amongst kind of Scottish folks, so like 60% of my audience are Scots. But then a lot of people from England come and see me too, and post June the 23rd, it's kind of strange. You feel it on stage when you shout out at anyone from England here. They're a wee bit more restrained than they used to be. The migrants are still coming, bless them. They've got 2 years plus the time it takes to invoke Article 50 to enjoy England. So they're coming up and seeing as much as they can of Scotland. But no, it's lovely. Apparently it's the first show I've done about music, actually, because it seems to be a best kept secret that I love music. So it's the new show's all about.
It's called Mixtape, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I'll be honest with you. I genuinely, till about a week ago today, around the corner at the stand, I did the last preview of the show, and then I realised it might be okay. So up until a week ago, I'd sold thousands of tickets and had no idea whether I had a show that was funny. And it appears to be funny. And
so how do you know it's funny? What's the telling point?
The audience, mostly. Although not exclusively. You have to feel it. Although the funny thing about the Fringe is people don't know this till you do it loads, is that, so for example, the weekend just gone there, I sold out Friday night, sold out Saturday night, because it's the first weekend, and I'm a Kent face, I said Kent, and the Friday night crowd were raucous, brilliant, because that's the comedy night crowd come on a Friday. Saturday is what we refer to as Bridge and Tunnel, folk that don't normally go to comedy, who made an appointment to come and see you, and it's lovely because they've given you their Saturday night.
Bridge and Tunnel. Who knew that we categorise these people?
Well, that's an old New York term from the restaurant days. And so they're lovely and they're enjoying it, but they don't know comedy so well. So you're having to cajole them slightly and tell them that was funny, and then they'll laugh. That's my excuse anyway. So
what, if you had to say, which you are going to say, or the kind of people that you want to come to your show, to see your show, which obviously you are here to plug, 5:20 at the Pleasance Dome, what kind of crowd do you want, or will you accept anyone? I'm really happy. Because I kind of do a disparate number of things, so I do a lot of radio work, I do the odd bit of telly, and then I do the other things. So I kind of get the food crowd come because they just like me. And then the radio and telly people come because they like that, and then I write columns for papers and those folks. So it's quite a disparate crowd, but there's kind of, and again, there's quite a lot of the kind of the Scottish Asian crowd come in because there aren't that many Scottish Asian folk doing comedy. So it's very disparate. It's always surprising. But there again, here's the truth: you can come and see my show, and it's perfectly fine. But 3 or 4 people missing from my crowd will double the crowd of a new act. So I'm inclined to say go and see a new act. It means a great deal to me that you come, but you can double somebody's audience by taking your pal and his wife to another show. So you're so kind. You're steering people away from your show.
No, not at all. I think I think we've slightly lost. I mean, listen, you're an Edinburgh person, right? Do you feel engaged in the festival?
100%.
Right. You're fairly rare. Most Edinburgh folk feel the festival's imposed on their city.
Yeah, but
right?
I'm only saying that because I'm here for this job. So
sure,
I'm immersing myself in
you are exceptional in more ways than just one. You want to see her leggings. Actually, maybe you don't. But I feel there is a disconnect between the festival and the city. Now, I love this city. Even though it's not Glasgow, it's quite good. But I feel more needs to be done to link the festival with the people of Edinburgh and give them a sense of ownership of it. So for me, I want you to come and see young Scots comedians, young women that are breaking through, even men. Go and see them as well, because apparently some of them are funny. I personally don't find men that funny, but I just think we need to not lose sight of what the festival's very essence is about. And so I'm happy to turn people away from my show to go and see up and coming people, breaking people that are trying something different and new. And listen, I have a lovely time for an hour on stage every day, 2 hours sometimes. When I'm doing a Brexit show called Hold the Front Page as well, which I have to do. But I think there are people doing very brave things that are really exposing themselves, and not in that way, but exposing their soul and their heart on stage. And I think it's worth. Spin the ball.
Is there one person you should, apart from your show, is there one person you think that we should actually go and see?
Funnily enough, I've co-written and directed a show with a woman called Maddie Ann Holt, which is called Rent Girl, and it's about...
I think we get what it's about.
Well, actually, no, it's not. It's about the generation, and we're feeling it now in Edinburgh and Glasgow and Manchester and places as well. The notion of London, in London, that the rents are so high, the jobs you have to do to pay the rent, and it's getting edgy. London's, particularly now, an incredibly expensive place to live, which is why there are so many Willies in Edinburgh, work in London, live in Edinburgh. Willies, it's an acronym. Gina, keep up.
Okay,
take your time, love. The quality of life you have in Edinburgh.
Can I just say, I'll justify that. I watched the show Naked Ambition last night, Naked Attraction. That's why did you watch that show? People that want to date, and it's all to do with being naked.
I just don't think that's right.
No.
Generally speaking, I found the most effective form of contraception in my life has been getting naked.
Which you're not now, I'd like to say. I know this is radio, but
not
you're
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but Grant Stott's away, so there's no incentive, Gina. Attractive though you are, but you're no Grant Stott.
I'm here selling your show, punting your show.
I know you are.
Bless you. Hardeep Singh Kohli. It's called Mixtape. 5:20, Pleasance Dome. Please go and see this show. If you to sum it up in one sentence, I know you have a law degree, so this might be tough, but if you had to sum it up in one sentence, then what would it be? How would you sum it up?
It's about my love of music, my life around music, and how music brings people together. Because we live in a time, this is 2 sentences. Oh, that's a 3rd sentence. Oh no, that's 4 sentences now, saying it was going to be 3 sentences. I think we live in a time, particularly now, where we look for too much that divides us. And Scotland, particularly in the last few years, has really been divided. And actually, we have far more in common with people than we think. And strangely, through music, you can understand that, a 15-year-old me at an Iron Maiden concert in the Apollo in Glasgow actually was with people he had a lot in common with, rather than sweaty, leather-wearing, prepubescent white teenagers.
And that was a wonderful one sentence. You speak more than me.
It was a paragraph, Gina.
Oh, Hardeep, thank you so much
Bless
for coming
you.
in to see us.
Thank you.